It is hunting video time once again. I haven't made a hunting video in ages. Anyone who knows me or watches my little hunting videos knows that I love hunting fallow deer. And for 90% of all of the hunting I do, I am trying to find big mature fallow bucks with my bow and arrow. Learning to find, and not only find, but learning to get in bow range of big mature bucks has been a long, hard, twisted and painful road at times, full of failed attempts. But each and every one of those failed attempts was a chance to learn. And slowly but surely I've done just that. I've learnt a little bit anyway. After taking 4 mature bucks with my bow in the 2022 Raw, one of which was on public land, and it took me 6 years to get a mature buck on public land with my bow, I finally felt like I got, well, I don't even like to say this, but I reckon I got a small amount of knowledge on the subject of hunting, bow hunting, fallow deer, which has led me wanting to try my hand at a new deer species and, more importantly, some new country, as the places I hunt only hold fallow deer. So red deer have been moved to the top of my hit list after the 2022 Raw. In the past I have managed to knock over one young red stag way back when I very first started bow hunting, and I got that stag the very first time that I ever went bow hunting where red deer were present, and I very stupidly was misinformed or misguided, misled into thinking that red deer were easy, as it took me 1.5 years to get my first fallow deer with a bow and 1 day to get my first red deer with a bow. So from there on in I was fallow deer focused. But right now a red hind is most desired. Let the games begin! I have had a number of hunting invites from a very good friend of mine, Marty. Marty has a hut on a huge station, and that station is smack bang in the middle of a huge chunk of public land. The station is old, overgrown farmland. Open, kinda scrubby, weedy, what do you call it? It's like a bit of gorse around and tea tree and stuff like that. But there is a lot of open grass areas. I love bush stalking. I love hunting in the trees. So I left the station and all of its open grass country to Marty, and each time I would go hunting there I would head out onto the public land in the hopes of getting my very first red hind with my bow. The bush there is absolutely stunning, just huge mature trees, which means that you can see a little bit further in underneath the canopy. You know, it isn't all really low scrubby stuff, it's just insanely good to go bow hunting in. There's also no shortage of fresh deer sign around. After I'd been there a few times at least and knew where to look. I'd randomly run into pigs there on previous trips in the bush too. Pigs really seem to hold still for very long, and I've found getting a shot at them isn't easy. After multiple encounters with pigs on the public land there, I never even got a single arrow loose at one. While hunting there, I also seen one of New Zealand's rare native birds, that being the kokako. I had 2 of them only meters above me feeding on some berries. I just stood there watching and trying to film them for ages, and after showing Marty the footage when I got back to the hut, it turns out that I was very lucky to have even seen them. On that very same day I seen the kokako, I ran into a young red stag, and after some time I managed to get a broadside shot at him. I felt like I had made a good shot, but the stag just didn't go down. I waited patiently. When I say patiently, I mean patiently, for over half an hour to get another shot at him. And when I finally got a broadside shot at him, again, I felt the shot was good, but again, he just didn't go down. I even took a third shot at the stag, but there was bits and pieces between me and the stag. I just thought at the time it was the best thing to do. Anyway, after inspecting the arrows, the second arrow had good blood on it, but it also had guts on it, and once I seen that guts, I literally just turned around and went back to the hut. Back to the hut with the plan of returning tomorrow to try and find my stag. So yeah, that's the story. I have a stag to find that I shot at least twice. I'm not sure if the third arrow hit it, but yeah. Go find this blood trail and hope that he didn't go far, which I don't think he did. But who knows? There was a bit of rain forecast today, so I've got myself into the bush as early as I can, because obviously the rain's going to destroy my blood trail, but yeah. Here we go. Let's go find this stag. These pigs. That'll be where my stag is, I reckon. They'll be eating my stag. But I just got a shot at one of the pigs down here. I reckon I smoked it. Holy shit balls, that got a bit crazy. I was standing on the hill just up here, like 20 meters behind me. And I'm on blood and I was trying to figure out which way the deer went. I figured he would have come over into here, bedded down, and that'd be it. And then I can hear pigs. And I'm like, yep, my stag's in this gut right here. And there are pigs on them. And then there's a group of young pigs, 4 or 5 little pigs. I got a shot at one of them and I smoked him because there's blood all around my feet. He ran up into there, I got to go find him. He was not a black one, spotted coloured one. And after I shot, and the mother pig came running up here, trying to find out what was going on because the pig that I shot squealed. Anyway, then they all went back to my stag and started feeding again, except for the one that wasn't black. So I know he's done. I've just got to go up here and find him. But I ended up standing down in this little gut here for like 10 minutes trying to get a shot at the sow. I didn't want to shoot another piglet because I was down to my last arrow. And when I shot the first piglet, she came charging in to beat up whatever the hell was there. I didn't want to mess with her, so I was trying to get a shot at her, but eventually my wind swung around up to where the stag is, and she got my wind and gone. So gonna go find this little pig in my arrow, and then we'll go have a look at the stag. Well, what's left of him. Good that I found him. Not good that he's half eaten by pigs, but yeah, it is what it is, right? Oh, she's fully embedded in there. Pig was standing there, blood everywhere, and there's my arrow. Hopefully I can retrieve it as I'm down to 1 arrow for the day. I managed to push it all the way through. Nato gets lucky on this one. Figure that one out. I can smash a little pig like that with 1 arrow, and I can't kill a red stag with 3 arrows. Well, I mean, I killed it, but Turns out my first shot was terrible. I hit him in the leg like an inch and a half below his brisket, which I don't know how that happened, if I'm honest, other than saying that I was jacked up, stag fever or whatever. But my second shot hit him. That right there's the exit on one of the arrows. And then look at this. That's the entry. The pigs plucked all the fur around the entry, but that's where I hit him. How the hell did he run? Doesn't make any sense. In all fairness, I didn't track him. I just turned around and gapped it when he didn't fall over right in front of me like he should have. And he's only made it like 150 odd meters, and the blood trail went right to him. So yeah, I think the shot killed him the second shot killed him pretty quick. But I just didn't want to put any pressure on him. And I think that's the right thing to do in that situation. If you're not 100% sure, I think going on past experiences, the best thing to do is just go home and come back the next day. But anyway, it is done. It is a success. I got a pig as well. If I'd had more arrows, I would have shot another piglet. But anyway, time to be a butcher. I got pork and venison today. And antlers. After having some success in that public land block, I was sitting down telling a mate all about the block and what I'd seen, what I hadn't seen and all the rest of it. My mate, of course, being another very, very keen bow hunter. So between the two of us, we came up with the plan of accessing that very same public block, but this time from a public access point. We were just going to walk about an hour and a half into the block to a point that we had picked out on the map, and at that point we were going to split up for the day, do our thing, and then meet back there to walk out. It's your day, man.
Let's go get a deer, eh?
Let's do it. Man.
Cool, man.
See you, boy. Good luck.
Yeah.
Let the games begin. It's going to be a little bit tough today. There is very, very little wind forecast, and there's next to no wind right now. Underfoot is pretty good though, so it's just a matter of putting the brakes on as soon as I can find some hot sign and just doing as little as possible and hoping a deer runs into me, pretty much. The joys of new spots. When you've hunted fallow deer as much as I have, that is absolutely nuts. Tyler and I did 3 days in that block with that very same mission, and over those 3 days we both seen deer. I got into a couple of big standoffs, even got full draw twice, but at the end of the day, no arrows loose and no hind hit the deck. So yeah, to be honest, that block got bombed with 1080 and we haven't been back into it since, but that is all good. Next year being 2023, I plan to put some more time into trying to get myself a red hind with my bow, but for now it is camping time, so I'm about to head into the shed, start packing up gear, because tomorrow I'm headed off camping and I'm going to make a bunch more videos, hopefully. Not hopefully, I'm going to make about a couple of hunting videos, and I just wanted to get all this footage off my phone. So thank you all so very, very much for watching. We'll see you all again very, very soon.